Hello everyone, and this is Whovian Maverick, and yes, I'm making a video, but that's because I'm using this extra time that I have before I go on my big trip, to make a video, because why would I not do that? I'm doing this for you guys. So today, I'm going to be making my own top 10 favorite Doctor Who monsters of all time. My top 10 favorite. You might have figured out from my past videos which ones are my favorite or not, but this one, I'll be more clear, and this will be like the ultimate confirmation of which ones are my favorites and which ones are not. And I'm also be talking about mostly about the looks of the monster or villain, or if they're intimidating or even threatening at all. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. The Sea Devils. There's probably a reason why I put them on here, and it's mostly because the costumes. Obviously, like, they actually look like they're in Alien that actually came from the ocean. Like, you just tell by the costumes. They have these ripped vines all around them, the blue clothing, and all the sewage around their bodies, and also the head, just to top it off, looks very unique and looks very alien-like. And they look like a combination of birds and sewage. But what really got me to like them more is the voice of the Sea Devils and how cool they are. Because the first time I saw their guns, it's not ordinary guns. They look like discs guns, and I thought their guns looked really cool. It's nothing special according to the Silurians, but these guns are pretty unique. And I could totally, because one time I found a cup, like those cups you get from an icy or like a milkshake. It kind of looks like one of their guns. Is that just me, or it could be just me? But I was just thinking about that, and I find the Silurians, the Sea Devils, pretty cool. But it's really sad when you find out that we haven't seen them since 1984, which is a darn shame, because I feel like any Whovian would have been okay with them coming back in New Doctor Who at all. So it's kind of sad, but I just hope one day they come back. One day. Number 9. The Ice Warriors. Yes, I did put them on the list, and I kind of had to, mostly because the armor. I like the armor, but what makes the Ice Warriors very unique is the fact that every time they say a word with the letter S, they have to make like a snake sound, like S. And I find that really cool about the Ice Warriors, the fact that they have a speech impediment just like snakes with the letter S. So I find that actually a bit interesting. And the Ice Warrior armor are really cool. I find them really cool armor. But like back then, is this me, or did the original Ice Warrior armor look like Lego hands? Just saying. Doesn't it look like it? I find the Ice Warriors very practical, but my favorite design of an Ice Warrior armor is the Ice Lord, or the Ice Warrior Lord, with the helmet and everything. I find that to be my favorite design of the Ice Warriors, because the helmet, and I don't know. And my favorite Ice Warrior story has to be something like, I like Seeds of Death, so I kind of say Seeds of Death is probably my favorite Ice Warrior story. I saw it one time, and it was fun. But I liked it. I liked the music very much. I found that very, very nice. Weeping Angels. They are scary. They are very scary monsters. And I definitely recommend, and I see why Blink is a recommended episode, because the Weeping Angels are the scariest monsters ever that any fan of pop culture should know. The Weeping Angels. And I find that to be really cool. The Weeping Angels are really scary. Like, they're really creepy. Like, at one point, I had a nightmare about them. I remember having a nightmare about the Weeping Angels coming to kill me and stuff. And it was pretty scary. I gotta admit, it was really, really scary. And these monsters are so mysterious because you don't know their origin. All they want is to take you back in time before you even existed. Before your time existed. And I find that really scary. It's scarier than killing you. They're just gonna kill you by time itself. And I just find that really horrifying. The fact that that's their only goal and we don't know their origin. And I'm never gonna forget the nightmare I had about them. They are truly the scariest Doctor Monster of all time. But not my favorite of all time. Number 7. The Crinoids. This isn't really just a monster. It's actually a virus. Or it's kind of like a virus. Which kind of relates to today. The Crinoids, it's a virus. And basically, it's something that has landed on Earth. And if you touch it, it'll turn you into a green abomination. Literally. Slowly and slowly, you start turning into a monster. Being shown by these images, you can see as the more you touch the crinoid egg or blood or virus, you start turning into a literal abomination. And I find that really scary. And it reminds me of the 1986 David Cronenberg movie, The Fly, where it's a transformation movie. So basically, I'm very interested in those. And no, I have not seen Seeds of Doom. Seeds of Doom is a Doctor episode. I think I've been told that I'm getting a lot of vibes from it that I should watch it. So one day I'll review Seeds of Doom somewhere this year, and I'm just very interested because I've never seen it before. So yeah, but the Crinoid it's a virus that just takes your whole body and it transforms you into a monster, and you just start losing who you really are. And I find that horrifying mentally and physically, probably, yeah. And that's probably what's really scary about it. Like the last one.
666.
The Autons. Yes, that's a funny name, especially for those plastic mannequins. Plastic mannequins, basically. You don't have to call them Autons, but they're basically just plastic mannequins that can walk and kill you. And, you know, yeah, they might be seeing budget with the plastic they're using, but I find it really clever that they're using a monster that is a plastic monster that can kill you. And it becomes even better when the master is the one who controls them in Terror of the Autons. So, I don't know. The Autons, I find it a really clever idea to have plastic literally kill you, because people in normal days, in their normal lives, always look at mannequins and like, ugh, don't they look weird? And now you see the final product, basically. Doctor Who gives you the killer mannequins. Number 5. The Vashton-Rada. This is basically a Doctor Who monster that is like, it's kind of like a flesh-eating virus. Basically, this monster eats you from the inside out. Eats your skin and takes over your body. They're basically piranhas of the air, like the 10th Doctor said. And I find them to be really cool because they're just skeletons in suits, and I find that really cool. And also, I love the episode where they came from, which is Silence of the Library and Force of the Dead. And I find them to be very creepy villains. Not really creepy, but creepy enough where they're just cool and creepy, and they have the exact same level of being very interesting and unique villains. Number 4. The Silurians. Now, I put them in number 4, and basically, let me explain who they are. They are lizards that have been living on Earth before humans have, during the Dinosaur Age. And then, when the meteor hit Earth, they went underground and abandoned Earth. So basically, when they came back, 100 years later, when humans have already taken Earth, they come back, and basically their beef with the humans is, we want our land back after being underground for so long. But the fact that they abandoned the dinosaurs and didn't help at all is basically their fault, and that's what the Doctor says. And that's what they are. They are lizards that have been here before us that want their planet back. And the Silurians, I found them to be very cool villains, especially the new design in 2010 with the 11th Doctor. I found their guns to be very cool. I like the masks they wear. I don't know, they all look really cool, and they look like very Doctor Who like, where they're just very wacky costumes with really practical guns. And the fact that, guys, the Silurian guns are pretty much useless. The Doctor uses a sonic screwdriver, for God's sakes, to disable them. But my favorite design of the Silurians has to be the new one. And then, I do like Silurians episodes, but like the Warriors of the Deep, I like that one. And I also like, no, that's really it. But I find Silurians to look just really cool. Okay, I like their costumes, and I like their beef with the humans. I find that very realistic, especially with racism nowadays or something like that, which symbolizes that very much. Number 3. The Zygons. Basically, these monsters are monsters that can basically just shapeshift into whatever they want. They first appeared in Terror of the Zygons in 1975 on August 30th, in the beginning of season 13. They came back during the Day of the Doctor, and they came back during the 12th Doctor's run, which happened 5 years ago. So we haven't seen them in 5 years. But I like the Zygons because basically I like shapeshifters, okay? If it's gonna be a shapeshifter in a show, they're gonna have to look cool, or they're gonna have to be written very well. So I like the Zygons, and I like their origin story of how they wanted to invade Earth, because they also want Earth and they want to take Earth as theirs. I just like shapeshifting. I just really do. I find that to be a very cool monster. Like any sci-fi show has a shapeshifter monster. I find that really cool, and that's why Zygons are really cool. I also like the holes in their skin, and I find the costume to be very, very unique. I don't know who keeps coming up with these ideas for each Doctor costume, but whoever's doing it is really doing a really good job. Like the Zygons look very, very weird, but I think that's the point. They're very wacky, and they just look really unique. So whenever we see a Zygon story, it's gonna be a lot of shapeshifting around, especially a lot of world taking. Number 2. The Centaurans. I find them to be really cool villains, because they're basically just soldiers, but like alien-like. And all the equipment they have like lasers, pistols, guns, and by the way, their guns are the closest to looking like actual guns in our world. So Centaurans, I find them to be really cool, even though they look dumb. And Strax just adds an extra point to how great they are, because Centaurans, they can be kind of goofy sometimes, but I feel like that's the point. They're supposed to look like potatoes, and I just like that they're just soldiers, and the acting with each Centauran is done very well. It's very soldier-like with many military symbolism here, and I just like I like how they all act like soldiers, because they are soldiers, which is just perfect, to be honest. And that's why I like them. They're just really cool, and I like all the equipment they have. Villain or monsters from Doctor Who. The Cybermen. I love the Cybermen. The fact that they are corpses, dead corpses, being controlled by technology in order to survive. It's so dark, but yet haunting and just so scary. Especially in the first episode, in the 10th planet. But I just found the Cybermen so cool. Since the 60s has ended, I found the Cybermen more cool than scary. In the 60s, they were very scary, especially the concept of being dead. But now, the more they show up, I feel like they're just really cool villains. Like when they came back in the 80s in Earthshock, that cliffhanger right there is so cool that that it made me like the episode and really just hooked me very much. So I just love the Cybermen. Every appearance they've made, I like very much. There is some lazy episodes they've been in, but I just like them. Okay, the costumes look so cool, and their voices too.
Classic voices are so cool.
I find the Cybermen the coolest robots ever, and I didn't even mention the Daleks ever in this video because they're just boring. The Cybermen are literally just robots from, not from the future, not from the past, but from a different planet, our twin planet. And that's where the Cybermen came from, the 10th planet. And I just love Cybermen. Like, recently when they appeared in Series 12, they look great. They remind me of the 1970s design, and I just like the Cybermen. I like the Cybermen very much. They're just the best. I don't know how else to say that I like them, I love them, but I just love them. Like the costumes, man, the voices, the writing, the practical effects, they're all great. And that's why the Cybermen are my favorite villain of Doctor Who. And that's basically gonna make it for this video. Sorry guys, that I didn't upload this much, but we're about to start a trip, so after this, I'm gonna be gone for a long time because we're going on a crazy trip. Yeah, basically, this is the last video until I come back, and I did this for you guys, and I can't wait until I come back and make more videos, but for now, I get to relax. So, see you guys later, and this is Whovian Maverick signing off.